Hello guys, it's your boy Snowflake. So I'm back again with another YouTube video. It's been a while I dropped a video on this channel, and it's not really a while. So it's just like a raw talk. I just want to go into my experience trading ICT concept this few ways. So I traded trading ICT concept 2022 when the 2022 mentorship model came out. But all those years I've gone through so many experiences that I'm still trying to streamline my trading, whereby trying to simplify my model and still mastering myself, understanding myself. As a trader who doesn't really have a physical mentor, somebody who could really point hand to you and say this is how you're supposed to do this and it's really challenging. So all this is that me, whatever I see online, I just try to practice it. I'm still struggling with being a disciplined trader. I've get this model, I've understood my model, which is the ICT power of three. I used to trade the 4 hour power of three, but I started getting confused. So I had issues understanding so many things. One, you need to understand time frame alignment with the power of three you're trading. Like price, they say price is fractal. Price is fractal in the sense that whatever you see on the daily time frame, you can see it on the 4 hour, you can see it on the 1 hour, you can see it on the 15 minutes, you can see it anywhere in the market. So that is where it boils down to understanding where you should narrow your focus to, which is when I was sometimes I in the past I used to come to the chart and okay, the market is likely to go up, but what do I do? Due to impatience, I usually do not have the patience to wait for the setup to form on the lower time frame. Whatever I see on the lower time frame, I try just to okay, like for instance now, anticipate the price to go up on the daily time frame. So okay, like today is supposed to be a bullish day, and before now another thing is time. I need to understand that the highest volume in the market, like as I trade the US indices, like I trade the US 30 and the Nasdaq. That's where I find my thing in. So I tried trading forex in the past, but I keep getting hit there. And the market isn't fast as I expect, as I want it to be. So there's some move I see on the higher time frame that I cannot really. You can engage in it, but I am the guarantee of it going to that expected direction on that same day is very low. Sometimes you could get a simple 1:2 trade, and you find out that price will never, it's not never, price will likely not go to that your target that day, maybe the next day, or maybe can just consolidate. The market knows how to consolidate, so I had to stick with the fast market, which is the Nasdaq and the US, that's probably the S&P 500. Now, understanding my model, which is I know I'll be saying a lot of things randomly. Please just try to. I'm just trying to reflect on myself on camera. So I don't know if you like the video, but I hope if any of you find it insightful or find it. And so what I'm doing is first coming into chat. I like to look for a draw on liquidity. Where am I expecting price to draw to? Maybe a previous day's high, a previous week's high, or previous week's low. So I'm trying to be bullish. If I should see price go up, I expecting price to go up on the higher time frame. I want to go down to like 30 minutes, 15 minutes to see how the lower time frame protraction looks like. So I'll be combining the power. I combine the power of three concept with the 2022 concept, the idea, the teachings, like the mentorship model on 2022, which is price rating stock or into any inefficiency on the higher time frame and breaking structure on the lower time frame. You want to see a shift in structure, you want to see it move to that expected direction you expect price to go to. So now, sometimes I usually, due to where I'm trying to see, I expect price to move faster than I expect, I drop down to something like the 3 minutes, the 1 minute, because I do see ICT use the 1 minute time frame, sometimes less. But the problem here is, if you don't understand how ICT does this thing, ICT might be paying attention to a lower time frame candle, a candle. It might be the 15-minute candle. He uses the bellwether time frame most, so he looks for his liquidity on the 15-minute time frame, the bellwether time frame, or sometimes 1 hour, 60 minutes, and he goes down to probably 30 seconds, 1 minute, and you see high frequency price moving up and down, and you want to do the same thing, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I don't know why I'm even using this one. So that's what I do, and I get chopped up by this market every single time, because whenever I drop down too low on time frame, you get lost in price. You automatically get lost in price, and that is where the losses start. So sometimes you see the 2022 model forming in the 1 minute, and you are like trying to engage it. You don't know that it's just a pullback on the 15-minute time frame. Maybe on the 15-minute time frame, before price moving in that direction, due to you have the expectation of price going up, you now drop down to the 1 minute. You see a shift in market structure because price has traded into the PD area you're expecting to trade into, and sometimes we don't wait for time and price. So you have to wait for the right time for where you see any expansion in the market. So when you drop down to something like the 1 minute trying to get involved, you might just see price come down and just raid your stop and go up again. Before you really understand what you're doing, if you're not disciplined enough, you have placed more than 2 to 3 trades, and when it hits you, sometimes you can see for like the first 30 minutes, 1 hour of market open, the market tends to move fast at the beginning of 10 o'clock, or even before London open, around the London to, should I say, from 6 a.m. to that 8, you see price maybe consolidating, trying to accumulate liquidity for 9:30 and 9:30. Yeah, you get lost in price on the lower time frame, and they take you out. So what I do now? So ever since I've understood this whole idea, what I do now is I stick to the higher time frame. Now, what I understand now, the higher time frame is key. It's just you applying patience. Why I go down on the lower time frame, I've reflected on myself well enough to know that I am the one causing my problem, in the sense that I am not patient enough to wait for the market to do what its thing. Being patient enough to see price do its thing. That is, it has to. You can never ignore time. You need to understand it. I know a lot of ICT traders have been hearing time and price, but some of them don't really understand what time and price. Time is very important in understanding price. You need to be patient enough to wait for sometimes a whole 15-minute candle to play out, like to close. You want to see you want to have an expectation. I want to see a clear accumulation, a manipulation, and a distribution phase. And inside that distribution phase, that is when you are getting into the market. You want to take out a little portion of that move in that anticipated drawn liquidity. And if you get that, you should be done for the day. Like, if you look at how the production of the daily candle looks, it's very easy. It's just like you can just take one trade a day and be done. One trade. If it forms, it's just once. You just see it and that's it. If you miss it, you miss it. You come back the next day. You miss it, you miss it. You come back the next day. But on the lower time frame, like 1 minute, 3 minutes, you see so many candles everywhere. You just want to get involved. You just want to go into the market. And that is when, by the time you take 2 or 3 losses, it becomes a problem. You see, now you are now high on emotions and you can't think clearly. You start making rational decisions, like irrational decision, and trying to place or trying to revenge. So sometimes another thing, it boils down to the discipline of the trader. So if you're not disciplined enough, you see yourself revenge trading and you lose your account. I've lost so many accounts in the past whereby this same thing. I'm just saying this whole thing I'm saying is just a reflection. I'm just trying to talk to myself on the camera and journal, just to like put this here to just remind myself of some of the errors I do make in the past. I've not really had time to always come on camera like this. It's a very difficult thing for me to do, but I've been trying lately to see if I could make it a thing, because I need to start. Um, I feel like documenting my experiences on camera and saving it here on YouTube. So, so the thing is having an expectation for the day, dropping down to like for the day, dropping down to like 15 minutes or 30 minutes is good. Have a clear invalidation area where your stop loss should be. Have a clear draw on liquidity. If you are not sure of it, there's no need for you to be in that trade. So when you place your trade, you put your stop loss. You don't need to have a 10 pip stop loss. You can place your stop loss based on price level, based on where you think price shouldn't invalidate. And when you see price not when you see price, you can just wait. Price can do its thing. Your stop loss is there to protect you. You can just risk 1%. It's just knowing the numbers. Knowing, okay, if my stop loss should be 50 points on Nasdaq, like 50 points, you should know, okay, how much am I risking on this trade? How much? You know how to fix these things together and make it work. Well, I'm not really good with this whole explanation thing on YouTube or on camera, but please, I just I'm just going to keep practicing it. With time, I believe I'll be good with structuring my videos. Some of my videos it's not as well structured, so it's not. I'll keep trying, but I'll just be dropping most of my experiences, what I think, what I expect, what I, what are my experiences in this market. This market has really dealt with me, but I'm always going to keep coming back. Always going to keep coming back. Always going to keep coming back. I don't want to make this video too long. I'll see you guys in the next one.